We live in an increasingly fragmented society. We close ourselves off from our neighbors, and yet we yearn for community. Sometimes we need it. Sometimes we want to go to a place where everybody knows our name. And they're always glad you...
Okay, we don't have the rights to the Cheers song, but you get the point, right? Anyway, comic book shops. They're not just where fans go to get their fix. Each one is the center of a vibrant comics community.
I've got people that have been coming in here for 30 plus years. They're pretty dedicated to the places that they come. It's like a favorite bar. Everybody goes to, it's like Tears.
With a hardcore comic book fan, a favorite shop isn't just a place of commerce. It can be a place of reverence, a place to talk about their passions, discover new ideas. It's where geeks can connect.
I'm Wes Hazard. I'm a comic here in Boston, and a lifelong geek. But what does it really mean to be a geek? There's a lot to explore.
The Secret Worlds of Boston Comic-Con, presented by your New England Chevy dealers.
My go-to comic book store in Harvard Square is New England Comics.
Bedrock Comics.
Millionaire Picnic. Harrison's in Salem is fantastic. Comic book shops are everywhere these days.
Actually, I think comic book fans in Boston are really lucky. It's one of the places in the world that has the largest collection of comic shops.
And this one, Kamikaze in Davis Square, is home to one of the most loyal fan communities.
We want everybody to have a open and unique experience here, to feel like they can come and spend their time here, not just shop here with us, but actually be a fixture of this community.
We've been around 16 and a half years here in Davis Square.
Oh, this is the good stuff right here, behind the glass. Not that I would do this, but if I were to break in here tonight, what should I be going after? What's like the prize of the shop, the gem?
I'm not sure I want to answer that.
That's a good businessman right there.
It is a sea of awesome. There's probably a statue or an action figure of you and me.
No one's gonna steal that. Mine is not in behind the glass case. That's out in the used bin. I'm a geek. I think my geek credentials are sound, but I will admit I don't know at least half this stuff. You know what the Purple King is?
I think that's Burger King.
That's Burger King? If we say it's Burger King, then it's not gonna get lit up. And so we got Civil War, we got the movie out, so that's people interested in that. Saga, I've heard nothing but great things about.
That is like the best-selling series of last year. Honestly, have not read it.
Okay. So what's Saga?
It's Star Wars in a kinky blender. Here's some subversive political opinions and here's some weird technology. That's Saga.
Have you seen a lot of trends where people are getting beyond superheroes?
Oh, absolutely. There is a genre for everything. There's science fiction comics, there's horror comics, there's westerns, there's war, there's slice of life.
Crime drama, teen romance, high fantasy, low fantasy, sci-fi, political thrillers, whatever.
You name it, there is a comic for somebody's tastes.
The comics here are great, but what really keeps fans coming through the door at Kamikaze are events like book signings, stand-up comedy, improv, and music.
What's your take on the difference between music fans and comic book fans?
Honestly, music fans are so much tamer than comic book fans.
For real? So what's the most rock concert moment you've had happen here? Anybody bite the head off a bat, drop acid in the bathroom?
I don't think anything gets quite as rowdy as when we get all the comic book shop owners together for a trivia night.
Those bragging rights off the trivia.
Yeah, that kind of sets things off.
I was about to ask you if anybody had ever burned their guitar or anything on stage.
No, we're not quite there yet. Everything in this store is about stories. We love stories. We love getting inspiration from stories, being creative with the stories that we're writing or thinking about writing, and that just translates to the rest of what we do.
And if you really want to dig into the stories, the Kamikaze Book Club is where it's at.
It was a chance for people to meet folks and expand your horizons, maybe try something new. We do superheroes, we do independent stuff.
I always just read superhero books, so this group has opened me up to a whole different style book.
The vast majority of the population picturing like Adam West Batman, and it doesn't have to be that at all. It can be every bit as mature and expressive as any other art form out there.
We actually are reading both volume 1 and 2 of Lumberjanes. I haven't actually read this one.
Sound like me in sophomore English class, I did not read this at all. To this day, have not read Middlemarch. Sorry, Miss Buckley. All right, what's the craziest thing that you guys have discussed in this group?
The Velvet Glove.
It's like Velvet Glove, yeah.
All right. What's the Velvet Glove about?
It's a great question. It stands out as a very memorable book.
So we found it, like a Velvet Glove cast in iron, and just gonna take a look and see what all the fuss is about. People are really enthusiastic, and okay, first page. Okay, we have some adult situations. Oh,
Oop, okay, we're just gonna skip past that page. I will never unsee that. I don't. I'm gonna take that to with me for a while. Yeah.
Hopefully we've convinced you that your local comic book shop is a place worth exploring, and that there's more to it than you might have expected. In fact, it might even become some place where everybody knows your name, and you're always glad you came. Kids, ask your parents.
Plugs. Don't miss the legendary, the one and only madman of comic artist Frank Miller at Boston Comic-Con Friday, August 12th only.
The Geek Generation podcast is free on iTunes. You can get there by going to thegeekgeneration.com/iTunes.
Laughter Risk at Improv Boston, the first Saturday of every month on the main stage.
And for all you tweens out there, I know you're into this, so you can check out twitter.com/Wes Hazard. That's me. You take care.
Come check out the award-winning lineup of tech-savvy Chevy vehicles on site at Boston Comic-Con August 12th through the 14th. To purchase tickets and for more information, go to bostoncomiccon.com.